Peace and blessings to anyone watching this video. My name is Malik. Hope all is well. If it's not, I know it will be soon. In this segment, I want to go over how your body speaks to you. So, your body is always speaking to you. It's just if you understand what it's trying to say. If you guys are in tune and, speaking the same language. So, you think of your body like a computer, like a supercomputer, right? Your mind, I know I always say your mind is your magic wand, but it is that. Your mind is the hard drive. It's the hard drive, it's the memory bank, Your soul is the power supply. And it's the battery. Like if it was a laptop, it's the battery. And your body itself is the tower. Like when you build a computer, you gotta get a shell, you gotta get a tower. That's what your body is. And all these different components, if I really sat there, I could probably find a legit analogy, like, your kidney is this and your that is that. But all these different components is what make up the body. So just like when something is going wrong in the computer, this is about to fail, that is about to fail, you get them big pop-ups. Everyone has that like Windows noise programmed in their head because you start off with a computer, whether it be a PC, whether it be in school or whatever, that is always happening to you on your body. It's just not, you just may not realize it. And it's important to be in tune with what your body's trying to say. Your body will always warn you, just like a check engine light on a car. When things are going bad and you need to fix it before it has to completely shut down. And you don't want to get to the shutdown point. Shutdown point metaphorically in real life probably means like something terminally ill or something failing or something going bad or having to have like a surgery, get something removed because you're getting to the point of no return. And a lot of times, if you ever had a car and you weren't taking care of it, you notice that these things happen. The check engine light comes on, the tire pressure light comes on, you ignore it, then your tire pops, you're at the point of no return. You can go to fill up air, you can go to check to see what's wrong with your tire, and you might be able to avoid that problem altogether. You ignore it, the tire pops, you're at the point of no return. You don't want that to be happening with your body, okay? So here are some warning signs that the body sends. First, acne and rashes. Both things deal with inflammation. So when you get random acne in certain spots, yes, it could be because of hormones and other things like that. Whether you're taking something or whatever it might be, the side effects might be acne. But generally speaking, when you get acne in a certain spot, it's a body part trying to warn you or trying to give you a heads up about something that you're doing, something that you're eating that's killing or harming that part of the body. I'm gonna put up a acne like picture thing so you can see what I'm talking about. But like if you get a bump in, let's say, this spot, then something that I'm doing is harming my kidneys. Something that I'm doing is harming my liver. And now it may not always be food. It could be stress. This thing that I'm stressing about is giving me acne and it's harming my liver. And that's what the body will try to tell you. Or you may break out in a rash because your blood needs to be cleansed. And the body is trying to let you know, like, hey, something's going on. Or you got too much inflammation on the inside. Something's going on. Hey, it's just little warning signs. If you can address them right away, then it's like you'll put some air in that tire. You won't have to worry about the tire being popped. So these are things to keep in mind, things to look for. Especially if it's random. Like if you have generally clear skin, then out of nowhere you just get a random like bump somewhere, or out of nowhere you break out into a rash, or you could have eczema or something like that. There are testimonies to people changing things around and clearing up their skin. Like I don't have a skincare routine. I just eat a certain way. You can reverse your acne with just by eating a certain way. Same thing with rashes and stuff. Just try it out. It might sound crazy, just try it out. You never tried it before. Try new things, you might get better results. Next one, aches and pains. Those joint pains, those after you go to the gym or after you finish playing a sport, that soreness. what that can be a lot of times is too much inflammation. And that's how you get inflammation in the joints, and that can lead to arthritis and things of that nature. And it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to be old to be going through that. You could be a kid in high school, and yes, you might still be able to perform at a high level, obviously, because you're young. You're still, got a whole bunch of energy. So you still might be able to perform at a high level and dunk and do all these things, but afterwards you might be like, damn, like, ooh, my feet are sore, like this is sore, or that's sore. It is not necessarily your shoes or something like that. Like you're having soreness at certain joints in your knees and places like that because you got too much inflammation. And you need to adapt an anti-inflammatory diet to lessen the inflammation in the body. Most things that happen in the body or that are problems are usually related to different forms of inflammation. And aches and pains can be warning signs again before it goes too far. It can start with a little ache and pain and can lead to arthritis. And you want to address this as soon as possible. You don't want to just, it's whatever, or I can get used to, or I can just put an ice pack on it. This is something that you can be avoiding altogether. Next one. This is very important, and this is very common, and it's so common that it's just like normalized as just something. Like you wouldn't even take the day off of work if you had this, and it's getting a headache. Getting a headache is like when you get in your car and the newer cars, they want you to fasten your seatbelt, and if someone doesn't fasten the seatbelt, depending on how new or what the features are, the car might even slow down and stop. That's what a headache is. A headache is like, first the car's like, it makes a little noise, fasten your seatbelt. Depending on how fancy your car is, it might even tell you to fasten your seatbelt. And then it's like you're ignoring it, and then it's like, hey, it's beep, 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 like it's beeping a whole bunch, like, hey, yo, fasten your seatbelt, like what you doing? And then you still ignoring it, and the next, I've gotten cars and they've done this, and where it starts to like slow you down, and that's exactly what a headache is. This is a louder warning. This is more severe than like a rash or ache or something. This is a louder warning, letting you know that you might be burning yourself out and you need to stop. You need to recharge. Think of yourself like a phone, and our phones don't work when they're dead. And sometimes we can be at an energy level of like 0, just like our phones, and we just keep going. And that's how you start to get stressed and stuff like that. When you're dealing with things like that, stresses and things like that, in reality, we're supposed to slow down and stop and kind of take it easy. It's not that simple because of the society that we're in, but that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to try to take it easy, like, hold on, let me take a step back, and right now we power through it. So a headache can come from any number of things. This is one of the things that's not necessarily what you eat, but the diet goes past what you eat, as I'll keep reminding. It's what you watch, what you listen to, what you participate in, where you go, who you go around. All of the above. Every single thing. That's all a part of the diet. That's all a part of the things that affect you. And if we're not taking the time to slow down, or if we're stressing a lot, or if we're eating bad, all these things go together. Eating bad and stressing, they are best friends. You can see that in all realities of life. You can see that at finals, how people react, how people behave, how like the manner. If you go back and think of and put yourself back in your shoes back then, how crazy you were probably acting, how fast your mind was going, how you was probably feeling. I remember days after finals, like 2-3 days later, I still can't sleep. My mind is in a frenzy. That's not normal. Some people are operating like that every day. And the headache is the warning before you like collapse. If you having frequent headaches and stuff, that is not normal. But the headache is always like the big beep before you like collapse or something, or before it really gets to a point of no return. So you definitely want to address a headache. You don't want to just take Tylenol and keep it moving. Even if you were going to go the herbal route, you don't just, yes, you might want to take something to alleviate the headache, but what you really need to do is address the problem. Because all you're doing is like quieting the voice, or you're fastening the seatbelt, but you're not really putting it on. So if the beeping isn't going on, the beeping has stopped, but you haven't addressed the problem. And it is going to be a big problem if it continues. Having a string of headaches and stuff like that, those things aren't normal. We've normalized them, but they're not normal. You're not supposed to be operating that way. You should not be at that stress level. And it could come from any number of things. A headache could come from being dehydrated, because water is very important. Your body could be trying to tell you, hey, you about to die. You better do something. But you just can't hear it. You just think it's a headache. Take 2 Tylenols, keep it moving, keep going to work, keep going to school, keep stressing. And we got to get out of that. Fever. A fever again. A fever, this is like when you're starting to get to the point of no return, because you can die from fever. The body is shutting down. That's why you usually don't have no appetite. You usually have diarrhea. You're just going to the bathroom. That's really like a cleansing. The burning up, the body's trying to kill. The body is like going into auto reset. Like, when you ever hold powered and the volume button on your phone and it just goes into a hard reset, that's what your body is trying to do. It's just get out the way. Just stop what you're doing. Get out the way. Just lay down. Don't do nothing.
Last night, you told me the whole story. It sounded like Safari 2.0. Stop. What I mean, Safari 2.0.
Stop. No. Nothing. Don't do nothing. You are doing too much. There's too much going on. That's a lot of times that's what the fever could be trying to do. That's what it's like. Whoa, why am I getting a fever in July? And I took a test and it came back negative. So it's like, what's going on? It could be that you're getting to that point again of no return, and you missed the pimple. You took 2 Tylenols during the headache, and now you at the fever. And if you analyze the way a fever works, all it's trying to do is shut your body down. All it's trying to get you to do is just lay down and do nothing. Do nothing. Just drink liquids and hydrate, because that's usually all you can keep down. You try to eat something, you throw it up, or you have diarrhea, because the body is trying to cleanse. It's trying to fix itself. It goes into hard reset mode, and that's exactly what it feels like. So I feel like you're dying, because you are on the verge, because a fever can be that deadly, and it's just trying to let you know, just stop. I got this, because the body can fix itself if you give it the right things that it needs. It can fix itself. Constipation, and that goes with like bloating and bloatedness or whatever, like feeling heavier, or you kind of feeling sick, or stomach pains, or all of these things. Constipation. You are too filled up with food. Like, your food should be coming right back out of you, no matter what you eating. That's a good sign that you're healthy. Whatever you ate, even if it was bad for you, it should be coming back out. That's at least because some people's metabolism is different. I'm sorry, the football player Ocho Cinco, he has this whole thing right now where he still eats McDonald's every day, and he still runs, and he trains, and he runs almost as fast as the best NFL receivers now, and he's trying to show mind over matter, and I can do whatever. He is an anomaly. Okay, yes, the mind is strong, and when you put your mind to it, anything can happen, and yada yada. But he is an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? And just because you might still maintain a body type similar to him doesn't mean you guys are in the same health, or that either of you are healthy. Because just because your body type looks a certain way, like, yeah, man, it don't matter. I can eat whatever I want and go to the gym. That don't mean that you're healthy. That doesn't mean that, everything is all right. You can still keel over. You can still collapse. You can still be suffering from something, especially if you don't get checked up often. You can still be having some underlying sickness or something that you just don't know about. So everything that you eat the day before should be coming back out of you. Constipation is really unnatural. It should never happen. You should not be having to take anything to get the food out of you. It should come out of you naturally. If you are having to take things to get the food out of you, you need to change your diet. Like, it's not a debate. You're not getting enough fiber. You're not doing something right. You need to change what you're eating. Otherwise, you're going to remain constipated. And when you remain constipated, or you're not going to the bathroom enough, it really has an effect on your mind. Because I'm going to go into this in the next video. But mental health and gut health, best friends. Mental health and gut health, best friends. Like this. So if your mind ain't right, if your stomach ain't right, it's probably that your mind ain't right, and vice versa. What you put down here has a big effect on what's going on up here, and vice versa. So you do not want to be constipated. You need your stomach to be going good. You need everything to be coming out freely on its own. You shouldn't have to take anything, even if it's herbal. You shouldn't have to do that. Yes, you still want to cleanse and wash out and do those type of things periodically. Yes, but some people are having to do this every other day or every couple days. That is unnatural. That shouldn't happen. It's understandable, you go on a vacation. You're like, man, I'm going on vacation. I'm about to just let loose, man. I'm about to go crazy. And then when I come back, I'm a detox. There's people who do that. That's perfectly fine, but you can't be living the vacation lifestyle every single day. That's just not healthy. All right? So, just to go over that one more time. Beware of how your body is speaking to you. There's many other things, but these 5 things are very common. Acne, rashes, inflammation, stress, or you could be harming a particular body part. And your body is trying to tell you, hey, all right, aches and pains, too much inflammation. That simple. Headache. That is the car, check engine light, whatever. It's starting to yell. All right, because the beeping or the light itself is just like a little voice. It's just like, yo, what's up, yo? You see this? But by the time you start to get a headache, it's starting to get aggressive. It's starting to get vulgar. Like, yo, what are you doing? What the F? Yo, you don't see this? Like, pay attention. You don't see me talking to you? Like, it's starting to get real aggressive. And by the time you go to the next one and have a fever, it's like, just get the hell out the way. All right? You don't know what you're doing. You need to stop. I got this from here. That's basically, what a fever is. Like, just stop. Just stop. Just take it easy. It's good. I got it. All right? Good. Constipation. Constipation means the food that you put in your body is not coming out properly, and you need to change what you eat. That's simple. That's simple. You have to change what you eat. It's not up for debate. You have to. That's simple. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace and blessings to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Kino Organic Life website. If you have any questions or any video suggestions, anything you want to learn more about, just let me know. If you would like to schedule a lifestyle change to get your diet right so everything that you eat comes back out of you, but you can keep eating a lot of your favorite foods, let me know. Make changes. Changes lead to better opportunities. Peace.